operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows.
To you who've been trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable.
We are operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows.
To you who've been trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable.
We are operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows.
To you who've been trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable.
We are operating on a frequency.
Hello! It's alright, Chris, they can't hear you at the minute. They can't hear you. Okay,
Have you played the music?
now they can hear you. Yeah,
Hi everyone. Have we played the music?
yes, I've played the music.
Awesome. I didn't hear the music, so I got lost. Good evening. Probably one of you who's got this at no notice whatsoever. Brett has come up with suggesting we'd spend some time going through how we would answer the key quiz provided by the Can't Touch This. Yep, from Poland. And they've got an awesome question for us. And firstly, I'm thankful to Brett for suggesting this, just to try and get our feedback and see how we go. So, Brett, do you want to introduce where you think we're going with this? And then
So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the question, the two pictures that Can't Touch This opened up onto their site, and we're going to basically have a discussion on how we would tackle these particular issues. There are multiple ways to answer the questions, but Can't Touch This have only got one answer they're looking for, and the guys that Can't Touch This basically won't give away any information. They are going to give us the answer a little bit early, so we can't enter to win the free Polish deck. But because then we can make a reveal video.
Yeah,
Well,
okay,
I can't enter. Other people can enter, as long as they get the answer before I get the answer. But we're just going to go through this, and we're going to try and see what we do in this situation, and what we'd also do if we had this situation in a game. It's just, I thought it'd just be a bit of fun. Ideally, I'd like it to get a few people as we get more used to get a few admins in, and then get a point system. So when we get the actual answer revealed, the admin would get a point, and then we just keep track of points. But
sounds good to me. Yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome. So this has came about quite short notice because of John and I falling asleep yesterday and being tied up. So we've got apologies from John, who's one of our other admins. But yeah, we will get going forward. This is every 2 or 3 weeks. Or every month?
The answers are revealed on the 27th, so that's 2 weeks. That's over 2 weeks away, so that's more than enough time.
Awesome.
So it's not going to be like an every week sort of thing, unless we can get other admins that want to also talk about the way to do it. So like if John wants to do it next week, then we can do it that way.
Yeah. No, I mean, and that's cool. That's cool. I mean, I think it'd be good to get a few of us here, have some good discussions. I mean, of all the admins, I am the most naive player, or less skilled player, shall we say. Doesn't mean I don't enjoy playing the game. Doesn't mean I don't try and occasionally beat them. Occasionally. But yeah, so I'm here to learn here, man. So that's the main purpose of doing this. So
it makes absolutely perfect sense. And again, it's just one of those things that it gets the community and people that are watching to know that, to basically see, yeah, we're players as well. We have ways to go, and it also we might make the scrubbiest of choices, or we might make the most amazing of choices.
Yeah, exactly. So one thing before we start, can you change the title of the stream?
Oh yes, I can.
I don't want anyone to watch this thing with a meeting team's ads, because they'll be very disappointed with me.
No, Team SAS are doing the KPL at the minute.
Oh, awesome. So what? Just for some background here. What point are we up to with the KPL?
So KPL at the minute are on the second qualifiers for Archon. Matt Hill, the Manchester Mavericks, made it through in the UK one.
Well done, Matt.
I caught the tail end of that, and they're currently going through the American side of it. Some really good games, some really amazing decks are on there.
I would expect nothing less. It's the Premier League. You had the best with money, no object. That came out more not quite as I intended, but you know what I'm trying to say.
When I was playing just randomly Crucible, I came across Batnu, who I think is a UK player, and they played in the KPL, and I went up against them with my deck that I would have run in the KPL if I played, and they were just like, Jesus, that deck. I was like, yeah, my deck's not nice.
Oh man, if your deck was nice though, where's the fun in that? One other tidbit from this week, which I find entertaining, and I haven't warned Brett I'm going to mention this, but this is just a Cote thing this week, is one of the players accidentally joined the wrong game that used the same password on the Crucible and ended up playing an entire match, I think, before him and his opponent realised they're from different groups and they shouldn't be playing each other. and we looked at this and we had a laugh, and I thought, actually, we've done this before. Only last time it was me typing the right password into the wrong game.
It actually happened to me.
A lot.
Yeah, it happened to me earlier on. It happened to me yesterday. I was typing in to watch a game, and I ended up in a Beer Forge tournament game, and I was like, "Is this the Cote game?" They're like, "Nope." I was like, "How did I end up here?" They're like, "That's a good question."
I'm just saying we need to do some cybersecurity education to everyone currently playing, because there are times, I think, here when we shouldn't be able to guess the password, though. I think the most common one is Cote or 1234.
And now they're going to be. Now everybody knows them.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, man. Right, man. Let's get
on with this. Okay. So we'll start with number 5. Have you got it up?
I have number 5 in front of me here. Yeah.
This one to me is relatively the easiest because the question is basically tells you what they want. So the opponent is going to forge their last key. You cannot let them do that. Knowing that the cards in your deck are in a random order, what play will give you the best chance of stopping him? And if we look at the current board state, we can look at our opponent's board. I can zoom in because it's cool. They've got a Mama Swarm, Tantadillin, Lemidra, Tealga, Obed the Grim, Grey Rider, Heidi Hall, Hollowed Shield, and Niflgrim. We haven't been getting any other information, so we have to imagine there's no static board effects such as lucky dice or anything like that being used.
Stealth mode. Well, that house isn't available here, but yeah. So
we don't. Right.
So carry on.
And then outside of the board, we've got Blip, Megamouth, Dextra, Quicksilver, Fire Spitter. We've got a Chaos Portal, a Mother Gun, Invasion Portal, and Gauntlet Command. And then we can also see that the deck's got some spicy stuff. And in our hand, we've got Tunk, John Smith, Soft Landing, War Drummer, Gang of Chieftain, and Sound the Horns.
But we don't know what order they're in, so...
No, the deck is in a completely randomised order. So the question becomes, what gives us the best opportunity to solve this?
So the way, I mean, I've looked at number 5. I've looked at number 6. I mean, when I first looked at this, whenever I look at a state that I come to, I always buy one of the majority of the cards in my hand. And I think doing that this time would have cost me to make the wrong decision. Because if I look just at the hand, there is nothing obvious we can do to capture amber. The only way to capture or steal amber or make the opponent lose one that I can see is Dexter, or have I missed something?
Again, this is all about personal perspective and what the answer is to you. But,
Yep.
I mean, the way you're looking at it is kind of the exact same way I'd approach this in a non-super competitive event. So if I was at Chainbound, if I was at a Star Championship, I would, in this situation, go Mars, and I'd be digging for that Shatterstorm.
Yeah, but I think there's too much gamble there. So, in which case, we know we've got to get the definite amber off them. So the only way to do this, in my mind, would be to use Dexter. But Dexter's currently in play.
Yeah.
So we need to get either Dexter back to our hand or back to play through other methods. So the way and the other thing is, because they've got Teliga, we've got to make sure Teliga's not there, so that if we do have a way of playing Dexter, the opponent doesn't get an amber.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would probably fight call Logos. I mean, is this the way you're following it, or
yeah? Look,
am I jumping ahead?
No, I'm gonna let you go through it, and then if there's anything I'd have done differently, I'll go through there. So we don't.
Sounds good. So what I would do is I would attack Quickso into the Grey Rider, because it's always good to get rid of the Grey Rider. This will let you draw a card. Probably you've no idea what the card's going to be, but it's always good to have 7 cards in your hand. Then I'll throw Dexter in Teliga, killing Dexter, but his destroyed effect puts it back on top of the deck. And then I'll action Chaos Portal to play Dexter to capture the amber, making the opponent go down to 5. As Teliga is now dead, the opponent doesn't get an amber, and then you go into the next turn with 7 cards in your hand. That's what I would do. What would you do?
No, that pretty much sounds exactly what I would have done here. So you need Dexter off the board, and you need Teal'c off the board. The main problem with the way that you went there is the Lamidra.
Balls, yeah. So Quicksilver would have to go into Teliga first. Completely miss Lamidra.
Yeah.
That's a valid point. And then Dexter goes into Teliga.
And then you can't see the Lamidra is what's going to catch everybody off guard. So you need to go Quicksilver into Teal'c, hopefully draw a Battlefleet, Marauder or Shatterstorm. Then Dexter into Teal'c, puts on top of that Chaos Portal Logos, put it down. You take your opponent off check, and you pray you've drawn that Shatterstorm or Battlefleet.
Yep. Oh, basically, yeah.
Yeah,
that's it.
You're not in the greatest position, but yeah, you had pretty much the exact answer I had, apart from the fact Teal'c had elusive, which
I completely missed that. Damn Lamidra. I'm not used to her surviving very long.
This to me was the easier one, but apparently it's gonna get harder because these are just the starting images. They get harder and harder as we go along.
All right. So, shall we move on to the next one down?
Yeah, if anyone in chat has any questions, please feel free. So, here we have the next one. This one is a lot more complicated. So it's the beginning.
This is why I haven't read it.
Yeah, it's the beginning of the 4th round or 4th turn. Your opponent has collected enough amber to forge their second key, and we haven't forged our first yet. The game is nowhere near done, but we have to stop our opponent from forging and regain control of the game. Our opponent has got a War Chest, a Headhunter with 4 damage, a Headhunter with 2 damage, a Fire Spitter with 4 damage, a King of the Crag with 5 damage, a Hunting Witch, 2 Dust Pixies, and a Giant Sloth. We are rocking a Kirby, a Legionary, a Lilithful, a Snag, a Medic Ingram, a Gold, and a Golden Spiral. In our hand, we are rocking the Rock Grub, Three Fates, Phallic Strike, Tribute, Exile, and Hisaro. Do you need a refresher on what any of those cards do?
Oddly enough, no.
Hey.
I'm getting better at this.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I'm just looking at this going, this is going to be a complicated turn. So you've got to call Saurian, because the only capture you've got really that will get you enough capture.
Now, according to Can't Touch This is what happens here is a 3000 IQ play, but I would say Saurian, but it's got to be.
Do you want to explain what a 3000 IQ play is to our
Basically, I explained to the guys that Can't Touch This what my thing was, and they went, that might be the right answer, it might not be, but it's a 3000 IQ play. It's a play that only 1 in 3000 players is going to figure out how to do. But I don't think it's as complicated as they're making it out to be. But again, this is only picture 1 of that, and the biggest thing for me is there's no diss on this board. So I think the next picture is them going to be coming down on us with a diss.
Would make
But
sense.
That's future problems.
So the way I would do this is you do tribute onto the Tritian Legionary twice with the Exalt to get them down to 5 amber. Or no, that's a stupid idea. Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
I would. Who do we want to do this to?
Okay, let me get my paintbrush. Let me get my paintbrush, because this one, like I said, this one's a lot more complicated than last one.
Let me go back to my thinking. Right, you're going to put tribute onto Snag double to get 5 amber onto Snag.
5 amber onto Snag. Our opponent goes down to 5 amber.
To 4. So 5, yeah.
Yeah, 5 to the Exalt.
They're off check, yeah.
Yeah.
So then you would do exile to exile Snag to the opposing side.
Oh.
So that puts.
So the Snag goes over here with 5 amber on it.
Yeah, I'm going to change view so I can see what you're drawing, not the original picture. Right. Okay. So then, because of that, you gain 2 amber, 1 off tribute and 1 off exile.
So we're currently on 6 here.
6, yeah. So just to remind myself one thing. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly reread the card.
Which one?
The one which you made. Oh wait, no, sorry. Let me do rephrase slightly. Before we do exile.
So let's go all the way back then.
So yeah, let's start again. I'm just counting. So
this is what I wanted to do, because this is an interesting approach and a lot different to the way I wanted to do it, just from your choices.
So so just so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, cool, got it.
Let's see.
Trying to remember which way. Okay, I think this is not necessarily the most efficient way, but it's the way I'm going to propose to do it. So do what I said: tribute and then exile
Onto
Snag.
So
put Snag on the opposing side.
Snag will have 5, and then he'll be exiled over here.
You're currently on 6.
We're currently
on.
Yeah, we're currently on 6, and our opponent's currently on 5.
Yeah. Then I would do Phalanx Strike to do 4 damage to Snag to kill Snag off.
So Phallic Strike to kill Snag. We're
And
now.
then
So then we
Exalt.
go. So then we go up to
11.
11.
And then I would do Exalt. I'm going to say Legionary. I'm still working out which one. To get the second Phalanx Strike off.
Yeah.
To do 4 damage to King in the Crag.
Killing it off.
Is that the right one to kill off?
Oh no, we'd be on 12 because of the Amber Pip from Phallic Strike.
Oh, yep, I missed that one too. Yep. So we're going to kill off King in the Crag. Is that the right one to kill off? No, because we don't have any enemy. There's no enemy block creatures. That'd be a silly idea. I would say do Fire Splitter.
Ooh, okay, so Fire Splitter would die.
Yeah. Then I would play Dracto into where Snag was.
So between Medic Ingram and Lilliful.
Actually, no. Hold off 1 second. I would charge Tricerian Legionary into Headhunter, breaking my ward,
And killing Headhunter.
killing Headhunter. I would then put Tricerian Legionary, Hisario to
Yep.
where Snag was, allowing me then to reap and exalt the neighbors.
Yep. Well, they
So I
get
can-
they get 1 amber and they treat it as House Saurian.
Yep. So I will. So Lithal is then going to reap to capture and stun. So
Yep.
captures 1 off the opponent,
They go on to
and
4.
then he's going to stun Giant Sloth.
Gonna get stunned.
And then, so you got an amber off the reap then, as well.
Yep. So we got a
And
number
then
for 13.
Yep. And then Medic Ingram is going to then attack Hunting Witch.
Killing Hunting Witch, taking 2
Yep.
damage themselves.
And then warding and healing herself.
Yep, so against the ward.
So that's used all of that. Then I've got this Golden Spiral left, and I've got Legionnaire.
Well, you've used Legionnaire to fight Headhunter, so you've got
Yeah,
Golden
but
Spiral.
I've got Golden Spiral, but the only one I can really actually no, they're counted as House Sawyer for the entire turn. So if I can use
Golden Spiral doesn't matter. Golden Spiral would allow you to use it no matter what.
Oh, that's true. Sorry, yeah. So then I use. Oh, then yeah. Then I use. Okay, I wouldn't have stunned Giant Sloth. I would have stunned 1 of the Dust Pixies.
You're gonna stun that instead, yeah.
Yep. And then I'll use Golden Spiral to activate Com Officer Kirby to reap with Com Officer Kirby to play 3 fakes to get rid of Giant Sloth, Headhunter, and King of the Crag.
Yeah. So we'd be on 13, our opponent would be on 4, and the only things they would have left is 2 Dust Pixies, 1 of which is stunned.
Yep.
That's
what I'll do.
a fair answer. Now,
Ow.
What?
My head
Yeah.
now hurts.
Now,
What would you do?
I would do something similar, but I don't trust my opponent, especially with this. So I would do the exact. I'd do very similar to you, but I'm gonna. Okay, I would start with tribute, but onto Lilithal.
Okay.
So capture 2, exalt, capture 2. Opponent's gone on to 5. And we go up to 5, and we go up to 5
Yeah,
because of
Yep.
tribute.
The cards. We're,
Yep.
We're on 5.
I would then play Order Histo between Snag and Lilithal. So Lilithal then goes up to 6 amber.
Yep.
Hold on, I'm going to make my eraser tool a little bigger. Ta-da! So then goes up to 6.
Yep.
Oh.
And then he captures 1 as well, so just put 7.
Well, no, I don't have to use it yet.
Okay, true.
So it's yep, goes up to 6. And Snag has 1.
Yep.
I then use Lilithal to fight Hunting Witch.
Yep.
So then captures 1, going up to 7. Opponent goes down to 4.
Yep. And you get to stun something.
Yeah. And then so I'll then stun the Giant Sloth. Because I don't want my opponent getting any further ahead.
Okay, I'll just be quiet.
No. Then I'm going to use Golden Spiral on Lilithal. Put it up to 8. Have it fight into a Dust Pixie. Which then gets it to capture, which goes up to 9.
Making it a 3, yep.
Which I'll then use to stun Fire Spitter.
Okay.
I will then use Exile.
Yep.
Does Exile exalt when it moves over?
I don't believe so.
Oop, that's way too close. Give control of a friendly creature to opponent. That's fine.
This is no result. No.
Nope. Zoom to it. So yeah, I'll then exile the Lilithal, which has 9 amber on it, over to my opponent. Where's my?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go there. I will then use Snag to fight the remaining Dust Pixie, forcing them to call Untamed
Yeah.
with a stunned Giant Sloth and Nova creatures on the board.
Yeah. No other untamed creatures on the board.
Well, no. So before I exile Lilithful, I use Frolic Strike to take out Headhunter. Then use Exalt it onto Lilithful, putting 10 Amber on Lilithful.
Yep.
And exile and take out the King of the Crag. That's where I was going wrong. So that would put our opponent would be on 4. I'm just gonna delete the overlay.
So the opponent's on 4 with a
Opponent's on 4 with basically no board.
2 stun creatures, Fire Splitter, and Giant Sloth.
Yeah, so there's Giant Spit. So they've got stun there, and they've still got one of the Dust Pixies.
Yeah.
They're on 4. We're on 1, 2. We're on 1, 2,
3.
So no, only 2 at the minute. So we're on 6. And Lilithful's got 10 Amber on it. Then I exile it, so we go up to 7. And the 10 goes over there.
Yeah.
I then use Legionary to smack the Lilithful, which means we go up to 17.
Yeah.
And Snag to smack the remaining Dust Pixie. And
Force them into Untamed.
Exactly, forcing them to Untamed when they've got a stunned Giant Sloth, and they probably, from looking at the board, they went Untamed last turn, so it's very likely they're going to have much left. But we're now on 17, our opponent's on 4, and they're in Untamed, which means we're pretty much guaranteed to forge next turn.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Again, your way works just as well because you've pretty much annihilated the entirety of the board.
I'm just trying to remember how much Amber I was on to. 1, 2, 3. I think I was on to 12, not 17.
You're on 12. Basically, by using Lilithful rather than moving the Snag,
Yeah.
I've gained control of pretty much their entire next turn.
Yeah. And probably, to be honest, at that point in the game, because as soon as you get your first, they're going to be able to do sod all. They will probably next turn they'll unstun Giant Sloth.
If they've got Untamed in hand, they can unstun Giant Sloth.
Well, no, they've got to call Untamed anyway.
Yeah, but they need to have an Untamed card in hand to use it. You have to discard an Untamed card to use Giant Sloth.
I did not realise that.
Yeah,
I've never fought or owned a Giant Sloth, so
that's why I'm not too bothered about just keeping it stunned, because it's much more disruptive to force them to discard a card to unstun it than to kill it.
Yeah. I get that completely. No, that's good, man.
No, it's
good. To need 2 of these to go through, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I was really happy when the Can't Touch This boys asked us if we wanted to do it, because I saw these last time. I didn't enter it, but I had some fun doing it, and so I had a look at this one. And this one, the other one was quite easy, because basically the question is, what's the best option to get them off the key? And yeah, it's getting rid of.
Option.
Yeah, there's a lot of red herrings, but if you're looking at it statistically, the only one that's 100% is Logos. Here, there are many ways to do the exact same thing. Like you had a way of doing it, which would still be perfectly acceptable. You're on 12 Amber, and you've wiped the board.
Yep.
All I've done is basically done the exact same thing, but forced my opponent into a house that they can't use to stop me forging. And I've got 5 more Amber.
And also, you're in a position where if they don't have any Untamed, you've locked them out for the rest of the game.
Well, no, because they haven't really got anything else left. I haven't got anything else.
No. If they have no Untamed in their hand, you just keep calling Dis and then fighting Snag into.
Well, I've wiped everything else out.
That's true. So you've only got Giant Sloth left, so I take that back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a way you can get a lockout there, but there's nothing with elusive, unfortunately.
The only way to get a lockout of it would be to leave one of the Dust Pixies alive, but that still allows them to reap, and I'd rather them have a completely dead turn.
Yeah, but also once you hit the Dust Pixie, it's going to die. There's nothing we can do about that. So it's a shame we can't move just, let's say, the cloaking dongle to the other side, for example, would have been awesome on Giant Sloth at the end. But yeah, that's not the game.
No, exactly. Yeah, if you'd have put Legionary over there, and then stun Giant Sloth. But then if your opponent's got what Untamed in hand, then they've got the ability to start getting that free again.
Yeah, I mean that's the gamble you got to take. Is you've got the safer route because you're saying if they don't have Untamed, they can't do anything. If they do have Untamed, they can. Other way around, if they have Untamed, that makes no difference. So
especially with the fact that the opponent has got Dis in hand, and we don't know what's going to be in our opponent's hand. We don't know what kind of Dis they've got there. They might have Shulas, they might have Drumble. This is Kota Dis. This is one of the scariest Disses. So
6-point irons.
Exactly. So if you can draw 4 cards and get your opponent into a position where they have to give you key 2, I'm okay with that.
The other thing is you have made one assumption is you have assumed they haven't played this last time but only had action cards.
Well, that's just it. We don't know what it is, but
yeah.
For
the information we have, what you've said makes perfect sense. I'm just throwing banners in the works here.
From the information we've got, the fact they've got the Hunting Witch, the 2 Dust Pixies, because you got to think they were probably on 3 Amber from the fight with the War Chest, and then they've Hunting Witch. They've gained 3 off Dust Pixie, 3 off Dust Pixie, and 1 off. So they've gained 7 Amber off the Untamed turn. That's insane.
Yeah.
But leaving them with a stunned Fire Spitter and a stunned Giant Sloth and forcing them into Untamed, which can't stop a key in Kota because we haven't played 3 creatures, so the Life Web's not going to do anything if they've got it. The only thing I can possibly see is if they throw in like a Maverick too much to protect. But
a Maverick interface generator, but the same difference.
Yeah, exactly. But again, we can't see deck lists. We can't see what's going on. It'd be very mean of Can't Touch This to just throw in a curveball like that.
Yeah, I can't imagine even they would. So yeah, no, I think we've got it.
I think that's definitely. It might not be the right answer in Can't Touch This's eyes, but to me, that's the line of play I'd go down. I'd get rid of Lilithful. I'd stun as much as I could, and then I'd force them into a house that couldn't do anything. The Kirby play makes sense because you can, say I drop down 1 Amber less on the Lilithful, and instead we just wipe out their board instead, and then force them into Untamed. We're at say 15 Amber instead. Yeah, that's pretty good. But then you've also got a Kirby that's got an Amber on it, which is exposed. But my way, you've got a Snag that's got 2 damage and 1 Amber on it, and then you're still on 17 Amber.
I'm just thinking this is a way we could have used Rock Grub, but I don't think there is. But I'm just looking at going for possibilities. So you could have exiled Rock Grub, but I don't think there is.
Well, no, you can't. You couldn't exile Rock Grub because Tribute has to go on the biggest creature.
That's a good point. That's a shame.
Yeah,
that would have been awesome otherwise. But no, I mean, yeah. So Snag is the right way to do it. I think. Lilith's the right way to do it. I still think Snag, but then I massively dislike Snag because I don't find locked out games. But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. But it's the fact that using Lilithful will cause capture and stun. And the fact that we can exile it and kill it off and get a load of Amber, just for me seems like too much of profit.
Oh, I'm not arguing with that.
Right. Nice.
Well, just it would be a long day. All right. Well, the answers will come out on the 27th. Is that correct?
So the winner is pulled on the 25th. I'm gonna try and get a release video for ourselves done for the 26th, and then they'll release the answer on their website on the 27th.
Awesome.
So,
how do they determine the winner? Is it the person who picks the same answer they've got, or
basically everyone that submits the right answer will be put into a draw, and then they will pull. They'll randomly pull one of the people that got the answer correct, and that person will win a Polish deck.
Awesome. Polish is one of the few decks languages I don't actually have. So, shame I can't enter it now.
No. Well, you can enter it. I can't enter it because I'm going to get the answer early.
No, I'm not going to enter it. I think.
If anyone in the chat would like to enter it, I've dropped the link into there. It's a nice little thing, and as soon as we get Kote 7 going, they're going to put us up on the banner, and they're also going to do us a nice little article once we figure out what we're going to do with Kote 7 and how to prepare for it.
Yeah.
Just-
First thing you do is you hassle the mods of Cote 6 to tell you what the rules are for Cote 7.
Exactly. That's
Uh,
all right.
and the sessions have started. Right, well,
I'll let you
thanks,
get
Brett.
going because you've got a birthday party tomorrow.
And yes, and you had a busy day yesterday as well, so you're probably knackered.
I am. Oh.
So don't forget, everyone, live draw for the second round of Cote 6 on Monday. We're keen to get your feedback. Are you enjoying the group format? Would you rather go back to the one big group around the world? Are you liking the regions or not? On the whole, most people say they are. One or two exceptions, but
We might want to
only
get
one or
a.
two
We might want to
exceptions.
do like a Google form, like what you've got, but with like a survey, which we can put out.
Yeah, we do say we're going to do that at every event, and I think we did it once.
No,
I
we
don't
can.
remember. I don't remember reading the results, but I
It's
think we did it once.
It's something we can get together and see where changes need to be made because we want it to enhance the community. But we'll get going. Thanks for joining us,
Cheers,
guys. And I have actually got a couple of games recorded, so we can always go through them before you do the live draw on Monday as well.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Subject to its birthday day, but yes,
Yeah.
it sounds good. We will see. We'll try and see what we can fit in. We'll try and do that the hour before the draw. All right.
No
Cheers,
way.
everyone.
Thanks for joining us,
Have a
everyone.
great evening.
Enjoy the rest of your
We'll catch
weekend.
you on Monday.
Yeah. I'm gonna just drop a quick, even though it's not much, not too many people here. That worked.
No.
Info. Oh, that's why. Slash array.
We are professionals, I promise you. Well, we're
Not enough.
professional at
Not
something.
enough people use the raid function.